Lloyd, I'm trying to get my Instagram reels past 4,000. I think that's the highest I've had, and it was of a sunset.
Okay.
Yeah. My average is like 1,500 to 2,000. That's it.
Which is still good.
Yeah, yeah. One day.
All right, we are ready to get started. We can get started 1 minute early. That's a little bit fair. So, welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. My name is Jerome Lewis. I am here with my lovely co-host Beth Ellen. Beth Ellen, please introduce yourself.
I love Instagram and want to know more about it. So I love the third Thursday of the month when we have Paula and her guests. I'm looking forward to EXPCon. I'm here in Las Vegas. So if you need some advice about my beloved city, let me know. I'm agent number 61, believe it or not. I've been here over a decade and I love this company. Back to you, Jerome.
Thank you, Beth Ellen. So, all right, we have about 21. So there's like a big REO training going on right now, and I think it's going to dilute some of our attendance, but that's okay. Like Paula said earlier, we get through problems, right? So welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. We have this class every Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern time. And one thing I like to do in this class is I like to encourage engagement and interaction. So I have a presentation on the very front of the screen, and you should see eXp Realty logo. You should see the title of this class, of this session. Do me a favor, everyone that's here, of the 24 of you, I need at least 50% engagement to proceed. Type in the chat if you can see my slides, please. Type yes.
Hey, you got the invitation?
Hema, please mute your device, please.
Okay, hold on. I'm sorry.
Please mute. Thank you so much. Thank you. Paula, I'm going to need you to mute because I'm getting some background from you too.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
just when you're not speaking, mute. All right, so welcome to the Social Media Mastermind. We have this class every Thursday, and we work on a rotating schedule. This is how our schedule works. We have week 1, we do Facebook marketing. Week 2, we do Instagram. Week 3, we do Google Ads for real estate listings. Week 4, we go around YouTube. And then week 5, whenever we have a 5th Thursday, we do open questions and an open workshop, right? These are some tips for you to get the most of this training. If you're still with me, type yes in the chat. I need at least 14 so I can proceed. Sometimes we have tech issues. I just want to make sure everybody's still here. Okay, perfect. So this training is brought to you by eXp Realty. Don't forget about all the lovely and wonderful training that we have available here in eXp World. These are some tips, right? So you're going to see my screen. I'm going to walk through these bullet points quickly because I want to get our guests as much time as I can. She's got a split. To take advantage of this class, what you're going to want to do is I want you to utilize screenshots. So next to the screenshot icon, you see a link and you see a picture. Anytime you see that picture, like on the presentation, that means you should probably take a screenshot of that slide. For the recording, so a lot of times people ask if this is recorded. This is recorded to our group. If you want to access, I'll share a link to that group in a little bit. And sometimes we give out slides and resources. In order to get those slides and resources, we normally ask you for an offer at the end of the presentation. I'll tell you how you can go about getting that a little bit later. Next, to get the best out of this training. So this is why I'm asking you to type in the chat to be involved. The best way to learn and understand training is to engage yourself and be involved. So do your best to interact with the speaker, interact with your colleagues, be engaged, be involved, comment, provide feedback, answer questions. And when the time is right, don't be afraid to open up your microphone and talk and ask questions. I do have I got a YouTube channel where sometimes I share some free content, some free resources, and we got the Facebook group. I'll share a link to the Facebook group in a little bit. Here we go. So we got a community. You're going to join that Facebook community. You're going to mastermind with others. You're going to get some free training, free resources, and that group was inspired by this training, the Social Media Mastermind. So I'll share links to that stuff in a bit. Now, this is I really enjoy this session because it entices interaction and engagement. And I also like to, for us as real estate professionals, real estate business owners, agents, investors, we need to get in the right mindset around lead generation. So I'm going to ask a question. It is it's a little bit ridiculous, but it's a very valid question, right? So the question is to get you in the proper mindset around lead generation and marketing, right? So let me ask you a question. And in order to proceed, I need at least 50% engagement. Who here got married on the first date? Type yes if you have, type no if you have not. Type that in the chat for me. Okay, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. So now let me ask question number 2. Who here is willing to get married on the first date? Okay, perfect. Now, the reason why I asked that question is because sometimes we as agents, business owners, we get a little bit impatient. So we got to think about our marketing. Think about your marketing the same way. People are not willing to do business with us on the first try. We have to build that relationship. We have to build a relationship and warm these people up in order for them to do business with us. So don't go out there generating leads and expecting people to do business with you on the first try. It's a little bit unrealistic. We must build relationships, right? That being said, I blasted through our introduction, and I think I did pretty well. I wanted to blast through the introduction because today we have an excellent special guest in addition to our normal special guest. So, Paula, I'm going to give the floor to you. The floor is yours. Introduce our speaker, please.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone, for coming. For those of you who have come before, thanks for coming back again. And I'm super excited because although I am a guest here on the second Thursday, is that right, Jerome? Second Thursday of the month?
Yes, second Thursday.
Is that mine? Yeah. So although I'm a guest on the second Thursday of the month, I am fortunate enough to have been able to invite a guest. So she's the guest of the guest. Today we have Loida Velasquez, who's going to talk to us a little bit about Instagram content and things that we can post. Loida she has a huge following on the Instagram. I have her Instagram pulled up. She's got over 25,000 subscribers. She's got, I don't know, I think she's getting close to 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. She's always doing video. She started her business when nobody else was doing video content on social media about real estate, especially females. That's kind of like how she got her start and popularity going. So I'm super excited to have been able to bring her by. Loida and I are both on Team BC, hence how I know Loida. And so I'm excited to have her. Thank you, Loida, for coming.
Awesome. Thank you so much for that introduction. I am really excited to be here, and hopefully within the next couple of minutes, I can share with you guys a lot of awesome information that you can start to implement immediately. So today, specifically when it comes to Instagram, I want to mostly touch on the video side of it. So Reels, Stories, and going live / IGTV. Now, the reason that I want to touch specifically on that is because I have seen results from putting myself out there in the form of video. If you are still scared of going in front of a camera and talking, I can tell you need to get over it, especially being in this business. Your face and people seeing you through a screen, whether it's on YouTube or on your cell phone, is really what's going to make you stand out. I think there's a statistic. I'm out here in California. Most real estate agents are in California compared to the rest of the US, which is crazy. So for me, when I started to create content specifically on Instagram, it was more of a form of how can I stand out to make sure that if someone were to come across my social media platforms, that they at least see some type of interest in wanting to connect with me or even reach out to me to do potential business. I also heard of another statistic that only 14% of real estate agents are on Instagram, which just goes to tell you that no one is really taking advantage of this platform, and possibly the ones that are taking advantage of it, it's a very small percentage. So I have asked Paula to pull up my Instagram, so you should be able to see it specifically on the Reels section of my Instagram account. So this is my Instagram account. It's funny because, I've been doing YouTube videos for almost 6 years, but I didn't really start leveraging the video side of Instagram until possibly like last year. I remember the pandemic hit and everyone was kind of freaking out. I know in California we were shut down for a very long time. So I told myself, what can I do to make sure that people know that I'm still working as a real estate agent, and I also still want to put out content, educational content to help other agents. So I created the Wonder Woman Wednesday series. So Paula, if you want to go ahead and click on the IGTV button on my Instagram,
Oh,
you should
not
be
that
able,
one.
no, not
Sorry.
that one, the
IGTV.
IGTV. Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
Because now what I have done is that I have saved all of the lives. So what I created was this series where I told myself, I need to put myself out there live on camera once a week. And even though it was terrifying for me, it's funny because I'm used to doing YouTube videos, but if you tell me go live on Instagram or YouTube, it's like I freak out. But I'm like, I need to get over this fear. So I created this series where I was interviewing women in the business for 20-30 minutes every Wednesday. And I went ahead and saved those videos on my Instagram. So it's like I'm creating content for myself where I'm delivering some type of value to other agents. And at the same time, those people that are not agents but might be consumers, they can also get some type of educational value from the content that I'm putting out. And because I'm giving that free information, eventually they start reaching out and they start recognizing me as an expert in this industry. So creating a series, whether it's going live on Instagram or creating a video and uploading it onto IGTV, is a great idea for you to do. Something that you can do is maybe do like a series for buyers and sellers, and it can be like a 2-minute video where you're just talking about the different steps for buying a home or selling a home or getting the approval process started, whatever it is. I like to tell agents, just think of the most basic questions that we get all the time and create some type of content around that. There's a lot of real estate blogs out there that give you already that information in a blog format that you can just go and record a video and put it out on Instagram. So that's a great idea if you want to go live on Instagram or just upload it as IGTV posts. Now, when it comes to Reels is something that I started to incorporate earlier this year. So if you scroll down, Paula, to maybe like the middle section, you're going to see my very first reel that did very well. You can stop right there, a little bit higher. It has over 44,000 plays as of right now. Prior to that, I was posting reels, but it was nothing related to something that was trending. It was more, for example, my team, a property that was just listed. And it's not that there's anything wrong with that, but what I wanted to do is that obviously I want to get more eyeballs on my Instagram, because then that means more people are looking at me and it's organic reach that I'm pretty much marketing myself. So that one that you see, 44,000 plays, I remember at that time, those guys that you see in the background, they went viral. It was like everywhere. It was on TikTok, it was on Instagram. It was this particular sound and they were just dancing. So I told myself, how can I take what they're doing and incorporate it into real estate or related to real estate? So for that one specifically, I put when your buyer's offer finally gets accepted and we're all dancing together. Now that specific reel, to give you an idea, so it has over 44,000 plays. It got shared 227 times. It got saved 117 times. And it reached over 40,000 accounts. So that's just to give you an idea. So once I put that one out and I saw the type of activity that it was getting, I was like, I need to keep on doing this. So I made it a goal for myself to create at least one reel a week. Now, I have personally been putting out educational content on my YouTube channel. It's always me sitting down, giving tips, advice, motivation when it comes to real estate. And for me, I took doing reels in a different approach because I wanted to showcase a different side of me, a side where people maybe might not see that I have some type of humor or that I'm funny. So I wanted to incorporate humor into my reels. So when I saw that one did well, then the following one that I ended up doing was one that was another trending sound. And that one ended up getting 38.7 thousand plays. That one, again, it was the same type of results. It was over 200 shares, over 140 saves, and it reached over 38,000 people. And all of this was done organically. So as you can see there, a lot of my reels, they get 16,000, 22,000, 13,000, almost 20,000 plays. They get tens of thousands of plays, and it's all been organic. And the reason that I have been able to get that type of plays is because it's almost like I keep an eye out for a sound that's trending or something that's funny that I know that other people will relate to, and then I create something. In my head, when I'm thinking of real ideas, I want to incorporate the humor that I have, and at the same time, I think to myself, what can I create so that others can share because they relate to them? Because once they share it, now you are exposed to a completely different audience. And if you're showing up consistently on Instagram, that's when they start following you and you start getting organic following. And at that point, you just have to keep on posting and showing up. I see that you guys are asking some questions, so I'm going to go ahead and answer that. Let's see.
No, let's proceed with the presentation, and then I'll help you with the questions, because
Okay.
I wanted you to maximize your time and get to where you got to get to, and Paula can probably answer some of those questions as well.
Okay, got it. So yes, so for my Instagram reels, I have taken the humor approach. Everything that I post, I like to think it's pretty funny, and it does get shared a lot, and I have been able to get business out of it. So that reel that you saw, 44,000 plays, I ended up getting 2 buyer leads that just randomly DM'd me. They didn't follow me, but they saw my reel. They're like, hey, we're thinking about buying. We don't have a real estate agent. Can you help us? So these reels, it might be funny, you think it might be cheesy or corny, but at the end of the day, this is how you can market yourself. And this is just the approach that I have taken. You don't have to copy or do what I have done. Obviously, if maybe you think it's going to be too cringe for you, or it's going to not be genuine, then obviously you don't have to do this, but this is just an example. Now for Instagram stories, you want to also be showing up on there at least every single day. And the reason that you want to do that is because when you post something, I have noticed that if it's just a picture on my feed, a lot of people don't necessarily like it or comment. But when I post something on my Instagram story, it'll tell me exactly how many people have viewed my stories, and then I can get a better idea in terms of how many accounts I'm reaching. And as you can see here, I not only post things of myself working, but I like to post humorous things. I like to post my dogs. So I like to incorporate a little bit of different aspects of my personality, because people somehow they relate to me on other things that are not just real estate. Sometimes, especially being a new agent, I always get the question, should I have a private account, or should I have a business account and then my personal one? I have always had one account where I incorporate everything. I post about real estate, I post funny stuff, I post my pets, I post lifestyle, just listed, just sold, and people enjoy that because then they get an inside look as to how I am, what it is that I do, and I'm just very genuine in everything that I put out, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to make me stand out versus these other tens of thousands of agents that are out there. So that is what I recommend for you. Be posting stories, whatever it is that you're doing. If you're out showing a property, maybe do like a small clip of you inside the home, whether it's a kitchen or something. You don't even have to show your face. I know that a lot of agents initially, if you're not used to doing video, you might be like, I don't want to show my face, so what can I do? There's so many different things. So doing little tours, property tours, yourself working, you and your computer, have someone maybe take a picture of you where you're typing. I mean, there's so many different ideas. This right here that you're taking a look at right now, it's a market update. I know that usually I'll go to InfoSparks, which provides all the statistics information as to what's going on in the market. So I'll do a very quick video and post it as a story. And then that gets reshared with my following and the people that find it useful. And again, that's when I start reaching other accounts and get followers organically. So the type of video ideas, just like the ones that I have mentioned, do educational tips, a day in the life, real estate humor. You could do a tip of the day, the do's and don'ts of being a real estate agent, or maybe the do's and don'ts of if you're going to purchase a home or sell a home or whatever it is. Meet the team, the pros and cons, property tours. You are looking for an off-market property, just like this post that I did. You can post it on there. You never know who's going to take a look at it. Behind the scenes, quick tips, market updates. You can post polls asking people certain things, maybe regarding the city or homes or what they're looking for. And at the end of the day, it's all about just being genuine, and just know that it might take some time for you to start building a following, but it's all about you staying consistent, because you never know who's watching. And another thing, you're never too old or too young to start video and putting yourself out there. And I'll give you an example. I have an agent, I believe he's 62. And he told me, we had a conversation about 3 weeks ago. He said, Loida, you know what? I've never been on Instagram, but I know that I have to be on there. So I hired someone to help me out. So they post for me, and then I'll occasionally post videos. And I have so far gotten 2 deals from it. He's out in Santa Barbara, and both deals were over $1 million. And it's not like he has thousands of followers. I think he has maybe like 500. Again, you don't need tens of thousands of followers to get business. You just need to show up and get over that fear of what are people going to think, or what are they going to say, or maybe I'm too old or too young, or what if I mess up. We all started somewhere. And as long as you're consistent, I can't stress it enough, that's what's going to take you to that next level. And when you're showing up, that's how people are going to know to continue coming back to you and seeing you as the expert. And yes, and before I wrap it up, I do have a PDF that you guys can go and download on my website that pretty much covers everything that I spoke about today, but in much more detail. It's a free guide. Just go to loidavelasquez.com/resources. Free, you can download it. I give you the tips. I give you the type of equipment that I use, what you need to do now that you have all this information, editing software, video ideas, thumbnails, everything. So just go on there. My website, once again, loidavelasquez.com/resources.
Thank you, Loida. I really appreciate you. And I'm going to start the questions off because I know you got to split in like 3 minutes. So, Nate, type your link in the chat. Nate is always helpful. Thank you for doing that. Thank you for doing that, Nate. Loida, I have 2 questions for you, and we'll kind of let Paula address the rest since you got to go. And I have one. So you have I'm always emphasizing Paula, we got to get you muted. We got to get you muted.
Oh, sorry.
It's okay. I'm always talking about how we need to employ and implement video into your marketing, right? And one of the constant pushbacks that I get is I don't know what to know. One of the constant pushbacks that we get is I have an accent. You have an accent. Could you talk about that a little bit really quickly? Like, do people talk, I don't want to work with her because her accent, or what's your perspective on having an accent?
I don't think that's an excuse that should stop you from creating video. My first language was Spanish. Sometimes when I'm speaking English, my accent comes out and I forget to speak English, and that still, keeps me going. So at the end of the day, if you have an accent, if you think people are not going to work with you because maybe your accent is too thick or they can't understand you, I would say, you know what? Use that as leverage and start creating content in that language that you are fluent in. So something that I'm doing is that I'm going to be doing videos in Spanish because luckily, thank God, I know that language, so I'm going to leverage that and English. So if you speak Mandarin or French or Portuguese, start creating content in that language because you're going to reach so many more people. So an accent, I don't think there's anything wrong with it. I don't think you should be embarrassed about it. And if anything, just use it. And if you feel that you need to improve on how you speak, there's so many different resources out there. I know for me, initially in the beginning, I would talk very fast, even just creating videos. So I needed to learn to slow things down and enunciate correctly so that people would be able to understand what I was saying. So maybe it's little things like that that'll help you if your accent is something that you think is stopping you from doing video.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. And I love people with accents. I wish I had an accent. So I always tell people, don't use that as an excuse. It's a crutch. It's leverage, just like you said. Now, my question that I have for you is, when are you coming back?
When am I coming back? Where?
Yes. When are you coming back here to give us some more training?
Whenever you guys invite me back.
Okay. We're gonna set that up, right, Paula?
Yes.
Okay,
And
all
set that
right.
up more than in a day's notice.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Loida. Do you have any final statements before you head out?
Well, pretty much everything that I just mentioned. At the end of the day, it's all about just getting started. You're going to mess up. You're going to stumble. You're going to have to do multiple takes, but that's fine. That's how we all start. And once you start doing it consistently, that's when you start getting better. And over time, not only will you be showing up on video, but your communication skills are going to improve drastically to the point that you're going to feel confident turning on a camera no matter where it is that you're at, even if there's strangers there that you think are going to be looking at you and making weird faces.
Absolutely. And you say a lot of the stuff that I say. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it. Paula, I appreciate you setting it up. We have some questions in there, but I know Lloyd has got to go. So Paula, we're going to turn it back over to
Can I
you.
say something, Jerome? BombBomb is having a free webinar. I think it's next Wednesday at noon Pacific. How to be comfortable on camera, and the BombBomb people are going to really address that issue. So if anyone wants to go, I can send them the link. And
Yeah,
it's
we can bring
free.
that. We can bring that up a little bit later. Again, it's for those. Paula, are you ready?
Yep.
Are you gonna?
I'm here.
You're doing
Thank
like
you,
a.
Loida.
You're doing a screen share, right?
I
Thank
am.
you, everyone.
Okay. Thank
First,
you,
I was
Loida.
looking at the
Appreciate
questions.
you so much.
Thanks.
Paula, it's
Yeah.
yours.
So first, I just wanted to see what kind of questions we had. Do you want to answer the loiter, or have me answer the loiter questions that came up before I start, or do you want me to just go into?
Yeah,
mine?
let's open up let's do the questions. Let's see what questions we can take care of. I have not been able to keep up, but let me see. Do you want me to read them to you, or do you want to go through
Nope, I
yourself?
can go ahead and read it, but I'm not
Okay.
going to share my screen. I can look. So the first one is, sorry about not muting my microphone there. So I see your thing was Paula mute. Let's see. All right. How does this play into your business, though? What do these translate for sales? So I think Loida kind of answered that a little bit in terms of the leads that she got. She had mentioned when she did the reel with 44,000 views, she had 2 buyers that messaged her on Instagram asking, if she would be their real estate agent. So,
Yeah.
as far as like a number of sales, I don't know, but obviously that definitely works.
I'll
let's see,
do
I
the
know.
questions. I can handle them now for you, Paula. So,
Okay.
and somebody asked about, so not only Loida, like, she's, Loida is Loida. She's got her presence and her thing, but she also brought up one of her other agents. And this agent, he was 62 years old. 62 years old. So there's no excuse for any of us. 62, that's like, oh, come on now. We have no excuses. And he got 2 listings by doing video. And she mentioned his following, 500. So there's no excuse. The next question kind of leads into this, and it's from Hema. I believe I'm saying that name correctly. What if you do not have a social media presence? However, you have a weekend free and upload a ton of content all in one shot. Is that okay, or will it be frowned upon?
I don't think there's it'll be frowned upon, but one of the things that is always suggested is if you're able to be free on the weekends and you can do something like batch record. So for example, IGTV, you don't necessarily have to go live to do an IGTV. You could upload an actual video that's longer than 1 minute later on. So if you have it saved on your phone, some of that content, then it shouldn't take you too long at night just to quickly upload it. Literally less than 30 seconds, you can do it. So if you want to have the ability to spread out your content, that's an idea. Also on the weekends, if you have more time and flexibility and you know you want to create some info graphics for your stories or your post, you can literally create all of the posts right on your phone, have it saved, and then little bit at a time release it during the week, if that's helpful to you. But if you truly don't have 30 seconds, a minute each night to release something, then I don't think it's bad to just post on the weekends if that's all you have. But if you can, I would suggest doing it during the week too.
Thank you, Paula. Next question, and this is going to be short because this is the answer. It's from Bradley. Are there any marketing approvals needed when creating video content about real estate? The short answer is you got to talk to your broker because it varies state by state. So talk to whoever your broker is and they'll get you answers on that. Cindy asks, when is the bomb coming? We will talk about that at the end of the class. Beth Ellen brought it up. She can talk about that. Can you go live on Instagram? So Paula, can you address that and then go into your presentation? Can you go live on Instagram?
Yes, absolutely. So the answer to that is yes, you can go live on Instagram. When you go live on Instagram, if your video is less or your live is less than 1 minute, it won't be saved to your profile. But if it's longer than a live longer than 1 minute, it can be saved. But it's super easy to go live on Instagram. And if we have time, I can certainly demonstrate it for you guys. Any other questions? Or you want me to just go into my
No,
presentation?
no other questions. I don't see any other questions.
I got one.
Okay, cool.
All right, go for it real quick, Levi.
I'm having no trouble at all posting on from my cell phone. When I go to my desktop, I don't know if I'm pushing the right buttons, but I'm trying to something in my story or whatever. I can't seem to do it on my desktop.
So the desktop version of Instagram is very limited. I know there's been talk about, I think Jerome actually had mentioned it, that they are going to be expanding to allow us to post on the desktop. But you know how when you go to certain websites and certain things that you do from your phone are not mobile friendly? It's kind of the opposite with Instagram. Instagram is not desktop friendly. So very limited use on the desktop as of right now.
Okay, thanks. I thought it was me.
Yeah, no, not you. So your phone and your iPad will be fairly easy to use Instagram for.
Thank you, Paula.
You're welcome.
So yeah, there is one more question, and then I want you to go into your presentation. Is it better to go live or to just create static videos?
I think it's better to go live in some ways because your audience gets notified when you're going live. So you're going to reach, I think, more people immediately, get more interaction. And the more that your videos have interaction, the more likely it's going to play later on in the algorithms for other people in the future. So for example, if I go live on a particular video, which I did recently, a lot of people were commenting on that live while I was live. So that video ended up getting way more views than the live I did pretty much I would say 20 minutes prior to, because that one didn't have as many comments right at that moment. So the more interaction you can get during a live video, it's going to help that video be watched later on.
Absolutely. And Paula, so everybody here, you have to think about it like this. Social media is, you got the likes, the comments, the subscribes, and whatever, but one of the key factors of social media is interaction and engagement. And if you go live and people are interacting with you right on the spot, that's a bonus from the algorithms, and that's also a bonus from the people that you're kind of building that relationship with where you're going live. So it's not really a which one is better, both have pros and cons, live as well as static video. But if you want engagement and you want to grow, live is going to give you a better chance at doing that. So try to lose live video. In addition to that, y'all know me, I'm live. I like live because you don't have to worry about editing. Oh my God, I messed up, I need to take it over. Live is live. You just go raw. It's also people also are a little more forgiving when you do live content. So both have pros and cons. And if you're like trying to figure this out, the easiest thing, I'm a bottom line person, like no excuses, get it out there, figure it out. The best way to do that is to go live. So Paula, back to you.
All right, cool. So something I want to do, I want to share, I actually want to see in the comments, how many of you that are in this room right now are new real estate agents? Like new as in you've closed less than 3 deals so far. Okay, so just a few. I want to share with you something that one of the real estate agents that I work with, she's also on Team BC. She's a brand new agent, and I don't think she's in the room here. Kind of looking for her name. I don't see her, but her name is Teresa. And I want to share her Instagram account with you guys for a reason, because a lot of times as a new real estate agent, I hear, well, what should I post? What should I do? I know Loida went through it and gave you suggestions, and I have it here on my screen, and I can give you all of the suggestions I want. But sometimes I think, you still may look at this, be like, well, how am I going to do this because I'm new? Well, I gave all of these suggestions to an agent that I'm sort of helping to like mentor and stuff, and she took action and has been doing it. And so I want to give you a live example. Is that all right, Jerome, if I share that?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Okay, cool. So let me go on here. Do me a favor and let me know if you could see my Instagram. Can you see it yet?
No, not yet. I see your let's view kind of popping up.
Okay.
I see your entire computer screen.
All right, let's see what we got going on here.
Paul, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
Hold on.
I'm gonna get you.
The let's view times out. I can't control that, Jerome. If I'm not using it, it times out. Okay. Perfect. All right, here we go. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah, it's a little blurry, so let's.
Probably because I'm going fast.
Yeah, there we go. We see it. Yes.
Fantastic. All right, so here's this young lady. Her name is Teresa. And Teresa is also on Team BC. She is located in Colorado, and Teresa has not done any transactions yet. She is working hard to do everything that we say to do. She does it. You can see she's got her highlights set up here, like made through Canva. She has done, this is something that she has done recently that I really remembered and wanted to point out. So she met and she was collaborating with a lender. And so here she is on her Instagram page, just simply taking a photograph of her collaboration with a lender that she met at a local coffee shop, saying, here I am, I'm out here and I'm doing my thing. Every opportunity that she has to showcase herself as a real estate agent, she's doing, whether it's creating a reel, in regards to real estate, whether it's creating a picture and doing an open house, like we had suggested that she do, is to do open houses. She's doing it. What else? She has done some posts, talking about some seller FAQs, right? She's just creating these images on here. I mean, I think that for somebody who has not closed any real estate deals, I feel like her Instagram page doesn't tell me that. I think her Instagram tells me that she has a lot more experience than what she actually has. So I just wanted to kind of give her props because, we don't get to see that all the time.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I like that. I had no idea. I would have had any idea if you did not say anything. So
right, absolutely.
Well done.
So, so any questions about that before I go on?
No questions.
No. Okay, cool. So somebody had a question about a live, right? Is that correct? How to
Yeah,
create a
somebody
live video?
asked. Well, we didn't have any questions, but yeah, we kind of want to. I guess we want to see you go live, if
Okay.
you know
Yeah, I
that would
thought
be
somebody
cool.
mentioned they wanted to see that, so I can go ahead and do that. So just to kind of show you, I just hit the little button right over here.
So before
Yeah.
we do the technical stuff, right, Paula?
Okay. Yeah.
How do we what is your process? What is your mindset of going live? Are you just going to go live? Are you preparing? Is it like, what do I say? Like, how are you going to do this? Like, are you
Okay.
just going,
So
yeah,
yeah.
walk us
So
through that.
sometimes when I go live, it's just me. Like right now, boom,
Mhm.
just going live. Right. I get like a bug up me, and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go live. I want to talk about this, and so I just go do it. No preparation needed. That's what I love about lives, because I feel like with live videos, it is so much. It takes a lot of the anxiousness out of the equation, because you don't. When you prepare, sometimes you start over analyzing things, and it makes you more nervous. So going live and just being a little bit more spontaneous with going live, I think helps get you more comfortable on video a little bit faster.
Okay.
That's exactly how I did.
Are
Yeah.
you like, oh my God, what are they going to say about me? Like, are you having thoughts like that? Like, what is it like? Because people are like, oh my God, I'm going to stumble. I'm going to mess up. What do I do? Like, what's your mindset in going live? Like,
That just doesn't even cross my mind, to be
okay.
honest with you, because I don't care.
Okay. Right. Right.
I just, I don't really worry about that. Like I go live, with makeup, without makeup. I can have my hair in a shower cap, like I will literally just put myself out there and go live and talk. And I think that just what makes me unique, right? And I think that when you go live, people will tend to just be drawn to you for like various reasons. And I think that you have to just kind of showcase like who you are and be comfortable and show who the person is that they might want to do some real estate business with. So I try not to be too professional and too whatever. I'm just me.
Yes.
I went live. I was test driving a Tesla the other day, and I went live my before and after my driving experience, and it had nothing to do with real estate. It was just about me, and that was it.
Okay.
So
One
yeah,
one more
yeah.
one more question around this mindset, because I'm starting to realize that it matters. So you're like, I don't like, when I'm talking about it, like I say, look, I got two phrases. I say, you just gotta do it. You gotta get out there and do it, right? I got that one. Then we also got where I'm like, look, you just gotta not, I call it not giving a F. You just gotta, it's DGAF. You just gotta not care. So
Uh-huh.
how did you, like, were you always like, I don't care? Or how did you get in that mindset? Did you jump to that immediately? Did you used to be afraid? Can you talk about that mindset a little bit more?
Okay, so when I first started going live, I do recall, kind of having my finger hovering over the little plus button there and getting ready to do it. And I'm like, okay, and then just kind of taking a couple of deep breaths. And I was like, okay, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to do? And that was it. That was honestly the biggest part of my anxiousness. And then I would go live, and it wouldn't be for like a whole entire minute, so the video would be gone. So the only people that I would really be talking to were the people that were watching my live right at that moment, which at the beginning it tended to be just like my friends and family. And so I would just like say hi, like, hey, let's say my stepmom would be watching. Hey Jackie, what's going on? I'm just talking about such and such. And from there it expanded. And honestly, I did it before I got into real estate. I would go live and do things, and just talk about stuff. Or I'd go live at like my daughter's soccer game, and I would not necessarily even have the camera on me. It would just be on my daughter's soccer game, and you would just hear my voice. So little things like that, and then I did that a lot, got me more comfortable. So then when I got into real estate and I needed to actually talk about something of value to give to people watching, I got nervous again. I was like, okay, what am I going to talk about? And I just said, okay, well, I'm going to talk about, 5 ways to stage your home. And what are those 5 ways? Okay, boom, 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 boom. Okay, great. Hit the live button and go. So that was the extent of, I guess, like my planning. And then, if I saw people that were watching, I would try to interact with them, get them to interact with me. Trying to get them to interact with your lives, like I already said, is super important. So like, hey, which strategy have you used, with trying to, get your home sold? If you have, comment below, so we can see it later or whatever. So.
All right, and I know I said that I only had one more question, but we've known each other for a while, and I want to ask you some. I just want to get as much value as I can for our audience as well as you, right? So, I had 2, but I forgot the other one. Something that I'm thinking about, right, is where we met, right? We met in one of the other classes. We met in the Grow Build. I forget. Brandon Empower Yourself with Video. We met in that class. We built a relationship, and now we're here, right? But before we even had our relationship, I remember like you were first starting to get into video, and I think if I'm remembering correctly, you had posted like a video, and it was like one of your first videos, and you got a listing.
I can't remember. I've gotten a listing from videos, but I actually remember how we first met, the content idea. So I would like to share it. Okay. I remember very specifically. So what I was doing is I was reaching out to for sale by owners. Oh yes, I did get a listing. That was through this video. Okay.
You remember? Okay, so
yes.
Okay. Perfect.
Can I go?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I had created a video, and I still do this. I created a video. It was just on my phone, saved on my phone. And I would send this video to for sale by owners. And I would find these for sale by owners by going on to Zillow. And I would, get their phone number, and I would just kind of like a text message. I would just text the video, no words, nothing else. It was just my video. And from that and sending those videos to for sale by owners, I've actually got 2 listings, not just 1.
Nice. So and you had just, I don't remember the timeline exactly, but you had just came to class, and then you had came back again. You were like, I got my listing. You was like, I got a list. I was like, oh my God. And I remember because me and you, we have our little healthy debate about horizontal versus vertical. And I was like, this girl keeps posting these vertical videos, but it was so amazing that you just went out and you posted a video. People are like, oh, how does this help me get business? You got to try, you got to do this. It translates into business. You got to be consistent. You got to put the work in. So yeah, I just wanted you to share that story. I remember that story, and I remember like where we first met. That was just inspirational, and I wanted people to hear that. So thank you, Paula.
Thank you. And I think tying that back into Instagram, I think that's why it's really important. The more that you can do stuff like that, just creating video, even if it's not for your social media and you're using it for the purpose of prospecting, the more that you get yourself in front of a camera, the more likely you're going to feel comfortable when it does come time to go live. And another great way to go live, if you're feeling like you're uncomfortable doing it by yourself, is to do it with somebody else. So if you go live on Instagram, and let's say like that girl Teresa that was at the coffee shop with a lender, let's say she wanted to take that opportunity to do a quick interview with that lender. She could have gone live, obviously they were in the same space, but let's just make believe they weren't, and she wanted to go live with the lender. She can go live with him, and they can kind of talk business and talk about the different programs that he has to help, and she can sort of like just do a little mini interview. Interviewing people that are in the industry that can provide value to potential buyers or sellers is huge.
All right, one more. This was the question that I thought about, right? So you've been sharing this Tesla, you're going on this journey, right? And this is kind of, people are like, well, how does this translate into business? Did you win this Tesla, or are you going to buy it because you're having success in your business? Can you talk about that?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna buy a Tesla because I'm having success in my business. It's crazy because I never thought I'd get there, right? I started out as a school teacher driving a Kia Soul,
Wow.
and now I'm getting ready to drive a Tesla. I've already ordered it. So absolutely, perception is really powerful, and I think that social media, not just necessarily, like Loida talked about the reels and how she got two buyers that came to her because of her reels. Well, I know for a fact that my personal sphere has stepped up, and the referrals from my personal sphere has gained a lot of momentum because of my social media. In fact, I have a listing right now under contract, and the person said, well, yeah, of course I wanted to use you. I see you're killing it right now. And that's because she only knows that, not because she's directly in my life. We're not friends. We don't have coffee together. Like, we don't call each other every week. She only knows because she's friends with me on Instagram. And so she sees all of the content that I put out there. And, whether it's just that I sold a house or that my business is exploding and I'm getting ready to buy a Tesla, regardless of which post it was because of that perception of what's going on in my life.
Paula, you are amazing, and I'm done asking you those questions. I think we are
Okay.
ready to go live. I'm gonna ask our audience, are we do me a favor, if you're ready to see her go live, just type yes in the chat. I want to make sure we're all still here and paying attention. I need at least 50% engagement. So
I had a
let's
question.
get it. Real quick, Levi, let's go. What's the question?
Oh, maybe I'll save it. 'Cause
Yeah, let's save it to the end so Paula can go live. We'll take
All
care
right.
of you. Paula, they're ready. It's yours.
All right, they're ready.
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go live. Let's see. Back to the technical stuff. The little plus button, for those that don't know, you can click that. The other option that you have is to click on your profile story, and when you do that, you'll see another little plus button there. Oh, by the way, take note, my story, nothing about real estate, it's about soccer. But anyway, so I can click the little plus there as well. And then at the bottom, you can see the different options of the content that you want to use on the Instagram platform. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to go live, and I'm going to switch my camera around, and look at me. I have no makeup on. Here's that. I actually brought my makeup with me, and I didn't get a chance to put it on because I was super busy.
And
But,
you see,
all right,
what something I want to point out really quickly for our audience. You see, when you do this on Facebook as well as Instagram, you see it says up top 55 followers active now. Paul is going to reach, at the very least, those 55 people are going to get a notification that she's about to go live. So
yeah, and let's see how many people pop on. Sometimes it depends on the time of day. I find that I get, just one or two people that will pop on. I've actually gone live for an entire minute and nobody has popped on. Stuff like that happens, but then sometimes they do. So we just never know. So I'm gonna pop on. What am I gonna talk about? I guess I'll talk about the Instagram training. So here I am, right? I'm like, okay, wait, what am I gonna talk about? You've seen the live of me figuring out, like, I'm going live, what am I gonna do? Okay, there we go. Hey, what's going on, Instagram? I wanted to go live with you real quick. I am actually, right now at this very moment, I'm doing a training in the EXP world, and I wanted to take a moment just to share with some of the real estate agents that follow me on Instagram. I know I have a lot of real estate agents amongst other people, but for those real estate agents out there, EXP, we have a ton of training, and this training right now that I'm doing is part of that training. It's a social media training, and it's every Thursday. Jerome Lewis, he's also on Instagram. You can find him. He's the host of this training, and each week he has a special guest. And hey, what's going on? Sending a wave out there to somebody who's watching. And so each week he has a special guest. It's either YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Canva. and it's featured in the EXP world. And this EXP world is pretty cool because it's sort of like this cartoon looking platform, but it's actual real people behind the cartoon doing the training. So if you are a real estate agent and you are watching right now and you don't happen to be part of EXP Realty, I just want to kind of give you a little bit of an overview of how cool it is to be able to be right here live in Instagram, but also be live in the EXP world right now as I speak, doing a training. And so my purpose for coming on here was really to talk about Instagram lives and to show the folks that are watching in the EXP world how I can go live on Instagram. So I've met my goal for doing that, and I see we do have, hey Jerome, thank you. Jerome's watching in the EXP world as well. So you know, EXP has a ton of hours of training. I forget how many hours, maybe somebody can
Over
comment.
50. Over 50.
Well, put it in the comments, Jerome. Put it
Okay.
in the comments. Yeah. So EXP has a ton of hours. I believe Jerome is about to say that there are over 50 hours of content. And anybody who's watching right now, if you are an EXP agent, if you don't mind putting in the comments, what is one of your favorite trainings that you have found the most value in taking? I would love to hear about that. So watching the training, so helpful. I'm super glad. Thank you so much. Yeah, 50 hours of training. It's fantastic, and it's a live training, so it's interactive, you know. So right now, even though I'm on the Instagram platform, I also go on to the EXP platform, and I could be live there as well, which is pretty cool. So if anybody who's EXP, for those that are going to be watching this that are not EXP, I would love to be able to have you tell other people what are the trainings that you have found to be the most valuable in the EXP world. I'm sure the social media training is absolutely amazing. Hey, Austin. If anybody wants to type, I'm sure somebody has found something of value. Jerome, help me out here. What have you found to be one of the most valuable trainings that you did when you first started?
When I first started,
yeah, with EXP.
I can't use my own. I can't use this class.
No,
Oh man.
Social media mastermind. Okay, besides yours.
Okay, all right. The most valuable training, or I can't say most because they're also valuable, Paula. But let me say one. I want to emphasize branding and empower yourself with video, because that's where we met and that's where we formulated our relationship, and that was about 2 years ago. So I want to emphasize that class.
Awesome. And that's
fair enough.
On Tuesdays at 4:00.
Yes.
Awesome. Yeah, agent attraction training is awesome. Yeah. So my point for asking the question is just to show that there are so many different types of trainings out there. And I've heard people say that EXP is only for seasoned agents. That is so not true. EXP is for agents that are brand new, because we have a ton of training for those brand new agents to help make them become a seasoned agent. So that's all I got for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'm going to go back into the EXP world and finish this training. Thank you for tuning in live with me. And if you want to find out a little bit more about EXP, send me a message and I'd love to help you out. Talk to you guys later. All right. So I would at this point, and you know, I know we're running out of time, but I would at this point scroll through here to find a suitable cover for my live, so that I'm not doing something stupid like that face right there. You know, I want to be able to, you know, look okay. Let's see. I make some funny faces. And so if I can't, which in my opinion, I cannot, what I'm going to do is just take a quick photo of myself. And then I'm going to just use that real quick for my IG cover. And you could add a photo from your cover right there. I guess this one over here would be quite funny, right? With the Halloween mask. But I'm just going to use this one. That was pretty. I didn't smile or anything, but that's okay. Okay, so here I'm going to talk about EXP Realty Training live. Okay, and then I would normally put hashtags, but just for the sake of time, I'm going to just go ahead and post this one. It's not too big of a deal here, but I would use that description to talk about what the training was, maybe that it was about Instagram, and then I would add some of my 30 hashtags that I like to put on there. So that's it.
Paula, you are amazing. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. And like for those naysayers and people that doubt that you can't build relationships virtually, I don't know what to say, but I have built a ton of virtual relationships that are very strong. You, Paula, Bethellen, Levi, Sheila, it's just a lot of people that I've built virtual relationships with and connections. So I don't know. I don't believe in that rumor anymore. So Paula,
Absolutely.
do you have, yeah.
Can I leave with one last word
Yes,
about Instagram?
yes, ma'am.
All right, cool. So the last thing I just want to remind people that I put this on my slide here, so I just wanted to say it. When you're thinking about what to post on your Instagram, you heard Loida speak, you saw just a little bit about what I do, and I gave you a couple examples, but think and have in the forefront of your mind that you're educating, you're informing, or you're entertaining. And that's the beauty of Instagram, is you could do any of those three and it's super easy. If you like to entertain, then entertain us, right? If you like to educate. But if you can do a combination of all three of those, that would be fantastic. That's all I got.
Thanks, Paula. That's great. It is 2:59. I don't know if you got a split, and I don't know if we have any questions. How would you like to proceed?
If there's questions, I do have a few minutes, so if anybody has questions,
Yes.
Feel free. Shoot, tell me.
All right. If you have questions, be brave. Open up your microphone and ask Paula directly. She's going to give us a few extra minutes.
Hey Paula, it's Debbie
Yes.
Gentry.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey, you said you send a video via text to the for sale by owners. What do you put in that video?
Oh, so I should have had took off my Let's View app. I would have showed you the video. Should I do it real quick?
Can you post it in the social media mastermind group? And so she can see it. Yeah, so she can see it that way. It'll probably, you can just share that.
Are everybody in here is in the social media mastermind group?
They should be. If they're not, they're missing out, and that's on them, right?
Well, definitely go there. And is it okay if I also tell them a little bit about the Instagram for real estate agents group?
Of course.
Yeah, so I am it's literally brand spanking new, but if you go to Facebook, I have an Instagram for real estate agents, and you all will have the opportunity to be amongst the first of the people that are in the group. Literally just getting it started, and I plan to go live every week in there, to talk to you all about Instagram and different things that you can do to help your business. So I'd love to, of course, have you come on board and let it grow a little bit, and then I'm gonna be pretty active with that every week.
Thank you.
What's the
Any
name of
other?
the group, Paula?
It's called Instagram
Well-
it's literally called Insta.
Yeah, see,
What's
this
that?
we got to get links, Paula. You got to let me know
Okay,
this stuff
well-
so we can take care of our audience.
Okay,
I have a
hold
question.
on.
Yeah, go
Yeah.
for it, Levi. I want to try to find your link, Paula, so I can share it with the audience.
Okay. I had a couple levels of questions here, so I hopefully I'm gonna try to be fast. Okay, first one, techie question. When you're you went live, sometimes I'm at a situation where I can't do all of the details at that point, but I've recorded. Can you kind of save it, or does it stay as a draft until you can get back to it?
When
You
you're
can,
doing a
so
live-
I can answer that really quickly, Levi.
Okay.
The Levi, what I really appreciate about you, and I want to encourage you to keep doing, is taking action, because and this is in conjunction to what you're asking. You take action, you do it right, you do the live video, and then you can go back and edit it, so you can go back and modify it.
Okay, and you can take that footage, what you just did, and you can take it and repurpose it and put it on another,
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
perfect.
Yep.
Okay.
Who else has questions before we're over?
Hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Question for both of you, Paula and Jerome.
Yes.
Good, better, best. Okay, so I know Instagram goes live and then Facebook goes live. And then yesterday I had a situation where I went to these first-time board clients that I closed, went to their home. They opened up a bottle of champagne right there, and I wasn't expecting it, but I recorded it on my phone. And I was thinking, okay, now I'm just sitting here listening and thinking, should I have gone live on Instagram or Facebook? What are you guys' thoughts?
It is so somewhere, but it probably, in my perspective, whatever your main platform is best, and everybody's going to have a different platform. Some people are interested more in Instagram, some people are interested more on Facebook, some people on YouTube. So whatever your main platform is, this is why one of the reasons why we say pick one thing. Whatever that main platform is, that's where you want to put your attention to go live. Got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
And so even though, because you have the video now, though, you can post it on all of those platforms if you want.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah,
I thought about it. I should have, looking back, I should have done something live, because live is better. Like Paul was saying, it's definitely better. And situations come up, and I'm starting to become more aware that I should just go live.
Yeah. Nice.
So, yeah, I want to say that I always, when I go live, I will literally be on Instagram, or let's say Facebook, for example, or Instagram, and I'll literally say in my live, all right, guys, well, I'll talk to you later. I'm about to go jump on Instagram, or I'm about to go jump on Facebook. So that actually brings the people that were watching me on Instagram now over to my Facebook if they want to keep on watching. And believe it or not, people do that. So they'll jump onto my next live. So yeah, I say do both.
Great, thank you guys.
And I just put the link to the Facebook group into the chat box.
Thanks, Paula. Do we have any other questions? I want to respect Paula's time. I want to let her go. One more question, if somebody's willing to open up their microphone.
I have one.
Go for it, Austin.
Yeah, I was just wondering if you had like a process for picking out the hashtags, or do you just kind of put whatever's going on in the video in there?
I think the first 3 hashtags that you use in any of your posts should be 100% directly related to the content of the post or the story or the video. And then after that, if you want to have sort of like a copy and paste of hashtags, you can do that to save time. I do, as of recently, have been discovering that trying to change it up as much as possible, even with your copy and paste hashtags, is powerful. For example, I had hashtagged boat life or boating life or something like that in my posts, and so then I ended up getting followers that had nothing to do with real estate, but they were people that in the boating world. So then if I get a Tesla, let's say, and I start hashtagging Tesla, I might get people who love Teslas, right? Well, I want to attract those people. I don't want to necessarily just attract real estate agents. Of course I want to attract buyers and sellers, which my hashtags also are trying to attract them, but you could attract buyers and sellers in other ways. So if you have hobbies or things that you love and you enjoy doing, use those in your hashtags to broaden the amount of people that might want to start following you.
Yeah, and the importance of hashtags is to be relevant. You are allowed up to 30 hashtags on Instagram in general, and that I just post a link in the chat. You can use that link to kind of generate hashtag ideas. Paula has a training where she talks, or like a section where she talks specifically about hashtags. We'll get her to teach about that or share a video about that. But hashtags, make sure they are relevant. That is the most important thing with hashtags. And I always say, if you're allowed up to 30 hashtags, why not use all 30 hashtags? So use that tool in there. Find some hashtags that are relevant to whatever you post. So if you post a car, don't go get hashtags about cows and pigs. Make sure it's relevant, because eventually the algorithm learns that you're tricking people too. They want each of these social media platforms, they want the content to be relevant because they want to provide a quality experience for the user. Does that help?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, thank you. All right, so we are at 3:07. Paula, I really appreciate you for staying an extra 7 minutes. I also appreciate you for bringing Loida in. That was awesome, and we got to get her in here. You got to bring her back. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much for doing this class for us. Thank you so much. So
You're welcome.
look, you are free to go. You are dismissed.
All right.
Thank you, Paula. I'll talk to you in a little bit. All right, everybody.
All right.
Thank you. We will be here again next Thursday, same time, same place. Next Thursday will be about Google Ads for listings. So I will see you next Thursday. Bye-bye.
Yeah.